It was a calm and untroubled trip on board the Getaway as a small group of Belizeans traveled 20 miles from Punta Gorda to the southernmost end of the country, the Sarstoon. That peaceful, non-contentious sensation was completely unexpected even as we arrived at the mouth of the Sarstoon River, because many have come to associate expeditions to this location with some level of aggression and hostility.
And you see the Guatemalan base with their flags on it.
There's no indication here that this is
and their camouflage
anything
building.
like that.
Yeah. Well, we have to, encourage the government of Belize to do what is right for the Belizean people. This is the Sarstoon River. We need to maintain our presence on the Sarstoon River. And as I was saying earlier, it's not only about maintaining our presence here, but the social, economic, and environmental benefits that come.
For almost a year, the forward operating base here at the mouth of the Sarstoon has been unoccupied by Belize's military. But a move by the Belize Territorial Volunteers has triggered a reaction, and now a handful have been stationed here. Signs in English and Spanish were erected within days at the F.O.B, cautioning that it was a military installation and that trespassers would be prosecuted. The BDF soldiers, who were later joined by a group of personnel from the Belize Coast Guard, informed us that we would not be allowed to disembark at the base.
I expected our own government to push back. I think it's an embarrassment for them, and it's even more embarrassing to see that, look at the little handful of people they sent to try and stop us. I mean, I feel embarrassed for them because I know that they're only following commands. But the embarrassing part is, Duane, I have come here so many times with Wil, this place was abandoned. We could dock there and nobody could tell us anything. They didn't have those signs. So I did expect that there would be a pushback. But you see, the fact that the government has to push back is an indication of their failure.
Attorney Audrey Matura, Big Ears Nigel Petillo, and Philip de la Fuente were among those on the expedition. They reacted to the experience, including being met by armed soldiers.
If this was a genuine occupation by the BDF of this place, one, they would not have only one boat. Two, they would not have only that little gallon there of water, because it means they would have come to stay long term. Three, they would not have had this, what you call only that barrel of fuel, because it takes more than that to be up and down. So they didn't come here to do any operation. Four, I don't see that they have any Belizean flag nor BDF flag. They claim this is a military installation, but there's just a sign. That's why I asked them, show me where it has been gazetted. Show me where in the law we have this, because in our country, everything has to be by law. And they have never gazetted that they're here. That is how timid the government is.
When we got to the forward operating base, I was hoping that the BDF would have greeted us with some shovels and some picks and some material to do the landfill with, to help reclaim the land. But no, they met us with grenade launchers and armaments. So it's not a good sign.
As you can see, the structure is not leaning. It has a solid foundation, so there's no reason to abandon it. Yes, there is erosion over there, but we, the volunteers, have actually volunteered to help to build the wall so that the base could be intact. They have turned it around.
Commander of the Belize Defense Force, Brigadier General Azaria Luria, says that the expedition could further agitate tensions in the area and questioned the motive of the Belize Territorial Volunteers.
As recent as a month and a half ago, when in one of the excursions conducted by the Territorial Volunteers, we noticed a change in the attitude of the Guatemalan Navy that is on the other side of the river, and they started trying to deny us access from entering into the river, the bar mouth itself. Nevertheless, we told them that based on the 1859 treaty, we are patrolling what belongs to Belize and no more, which is the deepest navigable channel of the Sarstoon. And they kept telling us, but about a month and a half ago was the last time that they did that. It is no longer, they are no longer doing it. And in so, we have reverted back to kind of controlling the situation, which is more or less The Guatemalans, they start with those type of aggressiveness when someone goes there and agitated, rock the boat per se.
If he was doing his job, we would not need to be here today. All we were calling for is so that Belizeans have a constant presence on the Sarstoon without being harassed by anyone, not by our military or not by the Guatemalan military.
B.T.V returned on Sunday to find the base unoccupied once again. Despite the warning signs, they proceeded to install their banner.
We told the military if they are not occupying the base, that we would take it over. We are taking it over today, the Belize Territorial Volunteers. And as you can see, the amount of illegal fishing that's taking place in our waters, if they were here, that would not have happened.
Duane Moody for News 5.